Nuruddin Mohammed Mouni. We appreciate your time here on JoyNews Prime. What briefing have you received so far?
Thank you very much, my sister, and good evening to you and good evening to your viewers and listeners. I will first of all want to use this opportunity to send my compliments to the Reef family and also wish the injured person a speedy recovery. I think this is a very, very unfortunate incident that as a country, we need to look at this issue holistically once again. All the time, we draw the attention of the government, especially the Interior Minister and the Defense Ministry, that the issue in Boko has not been resolved. But because of one or two political issues, everybody believes that after the Otunfo mediation that the Nigeria rejected has brought finality to the issue in Boko. But it's unfortunate that this issue is there. No one is talking about it. And what happened today has really shown that the issue in Boko has not been resolved between the Kosasi and the Mampreses. The briefing that I got today was that
security situation on the ground.
The briefing I got was that 2 Metro Mass transit buses convey people from Boko Township, mostly made up of Mampreses and other people living in the township of Boko, were being escorted. You know, for some time now, escorts was not coming regularly. So anytime they opened the way for escort to carry on, say a lot of people try to get to Bolga and engage in their businesses and other activities. On their way going, these bandits, people holding high-tech guns.
And we've gotten that breakdown from the military. I just want to know what the current situation is on the ground.
Currently, as I speak, Boko is still on fire. Currently, as I speak, if you have a correspondent in the Upper East region, you can cross-check. Currently, as we speak now, there is exchange of gunshots in Boko Township now.
And as MP, what are you doing? What are you doing, liaising with security agencies to ensure calm is restored?
I said, what can we do? We are talking to our people to be patient and also not to take the law into their own hands and leave the matter to the military to handle, because currently we don't have police in that area again. It's the military that is in charge.
Noted.
Currently we are talking to our people because some of these issues that happen on Bolga-Boko Road also will result to buses being attacked on the Bolga-Tamale-Wali Road.
Okay,
so
thank you so much.
Tensions are very, very, very high. What we are doing is that we are talking to the people.
Okay, thank you so much, Nuruddin. We appreciate your time here on JoyNews Prime. Away from that, the Minerals Commission is tonight escalating its crackdown on Adamus Resources Limited, threatening legal action just hours after the company's mining lease was revoked by the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. The latest move follows damning findings from an investigation by the Commission, which uncovered what it describes as widespread violation of Ghana's mining laws and extensive environmental degradation and damage within the company's concession. Fatal Bayaga has more in the following report.
The Minerals Commission is firing back at Adamus Resources Limited, describing their mining activities as illegal. In fact, the Commission says that some of their activities are done in clear contravention of the necessary minerals and mining laws. Isaac Tando is the Chief Executive Officer of the Minerals Commission.
The findings disclosed systematic and flagrant violation of Ghana's mining laws, prompting the Commission to recommend the revocation of the company's mining leases and the prosecution of the company and its directs under the Minerals and Mining Amendment Act 2019, Act 995.
He also stressed that the decision taken by the government to revoke the mining lease of the company is done in the interest of the nation and not influenced by politics.
This decision was neither arbitrary nor politically motivated. It was a lawful evidence-based action. It was lawful evidence-based action taken to protect Ghana's natural resources, environment, and public interests.
He also indicated that the commission is working closely with the Attorney General's Department to ensure that owners or operators of this company face prosecution.
This revocation are without prejudice to criminal charges against Adamus Resources and its directors under the Act 995. The commission will work with the AG to prosecute these perpetrators.
On the issue of jobs, Mr. Tando says the Minerals Commission is working hard to ensure that lawful jobs are protected.
We work very closely with Ghana Mine Workers Union and anybody who is undertaking this job to ensure that people are treated fairly and are paid what is due them.
Responding to calls over the deployment of some military officers to the Adamus Resources Limited premises, the Chief Executive Officer clarified that the officers were deployed there to maintain law and order.
Criminals can take advantage, illegal miners can take advantage, so it's purposely to maintain law and order and ensure that there is smooth operations of the mine. So yes, I mean, we have military there, but they are to maintain law and order and ensure that the mine continue to work.
Reporting for JoyNews from the Minerals Commission headquarters here in Accra, I'm Fatal Bayaga.
Well, let's speak now to the former Chief Executive Officer of the Minerals Commission and mining expert, Tony Obing. We appreciate your time here on JoyNews Prime. From your experience, do these breaches cited by the Minerals Commission meet the threshold for full lease revocation?
Thank you very much. I ordinarily would not want to comment on this situation because having been a regulator myself, you don't want to go into an area where you've been there before. It's always challenging for people to do that. But, you know, the minerals are for government. I mean, government hold our minerals in trust, and there are rules and regulations around that. So if rules are evidently, and mark my words, evidently breached, then there's a cause for concern. So my worry is whether or not there is an evident breach of the rules of the game. So I think that has to be noted. Again, for me as a lawyer, there is after having the evidence, you also have to give the alleged, breacher of the law, if you like, the right to also defend him or herself. That's what they call the Odi Otram Pattern rule. So it's a natural justice rule that when you allege that somebody has breached, you give him the opportunity to explain himself. I don't know whether all these things have been crossed.
Well, we heard from Adamus in their statement earlier today, alleged that they were not even consulted to give their defense.
Yes, exactly the point, that I am not about judgment, pronouncing judgment on that. I am about following the procedure, following the processes to be sure that you don't, because mining is very expensive. People may have taken money from elsewhere to invest in this very serious business. So if you're not careful, you stop somebody's job when you don't have enough evidence. But I think if there is enough evidence, if there's evidence of breach and that they've been given the right to defend themselves, then the rule of natural justice would have been crossed. So I think we need to do that. And then again, I have a special concern because, you know, our president, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, has taken a very radical, bold, very important step in the management of our natural resources, just making sure that we get the best out of that as a country. So we are trying to sort of indigenize the mining sector. So we need to be careful not to also send a signal that those indigenous entrepreneurs who are doing their work are also subjected to some of these things. This is without prejudice to the breach of the law. If laws have been breached, laws have been breached. However, we have to be mindful of the vision of our president and the fact that we're supposed to support our local entrepreneurs to do well and to bring more to the country. I am aware that the owner of Adamus is probably the only woman in West Africa to own a mine. I think that should hit us that, look, are we regulating by insistence or we are regulating by assistance.
But if the law has been breached, the law has been breached. But let's look at the other side of the coin. If legal action proceeds, because we're hearing from government threatening legal action, what penalties or consequences could Adamus Resources realistically face under Ghanaian laws?
I mean, if they are found culpable, if they are found culpable by the laws of the state, this is a criminal issue. So the appropriate, I'm sure the appropriate remedies and punishment will be announced. But I think we need to cross the boundary of actual breach of the law. I mean, there's an alleged breach of the law, of the rules, because now that we are going to prosecute, then it means you cannot even confirm that there has been a breach yet. So, I mean, it is important that we follow the rules in a way that we don't do any harm to individuals who are doing business, in this country. But if you're doing business too, you don't have the right to destroy our environment. So my key point here is that we need to be very certain that the laws or the rules have actually been breached and that they've been given the opportunity to defend themselves and they were not able to provide satisfactory defense, in which case the rules must apply.
Thank you so much for your time here on JoyNews Prime. You're still watching JoyNews Prime. We're back with more after this quick turn. Please stay with us.
No matter where we wander, Africa always calls us home. And here in Ghana, Stanbic Corporate and Investment Banking, together with clients like Gensa Energy and Goldfields, is driving sustainable growth.
The transition from fossil fuel to cleaner energy is quite imperative for the growth of a continent that we call home.
We want to contribute to delivering affordable gas for industrialization in Africa.
Stanbic is a bank that is focused on impacting lives, and Gensa has the same vision and mission.
Having a reliable source of power has helped our business and our operations in a significant way.
At Stanbic Bank, we bring businesses together, empower communities, and invest in the next generation. Stanbic Corporate and Investment Banking, driving growth, creating impact.
Cadbury Hot Chocolate. Crafted from cocoa, milk, and sugar. Creamy, chocolatey, frothy goodness, rich taste, so satisfying.
Cadbury goodness, the treats you deserve every day.
Hey, Charlie, what number? The malaria really knocked you down, eh?
Hey, Charlie, no joke. Fever, headache, vomiting, loss of appetite. I couldn't even eat my usual fufu.
You and your fufu. But I hope you got tested before the malaria treatment.
Yes, I did. And thanks to Malatu, I kicked out malaria one time.
When malaria strikes, take Malatu, containing artemether and lumefantrine. Comes in tablets and suspension for effective treatment of malaria.
Great to have you back.
Thank you. No problem.
Malatu is suitable for adults and children. Manufactured and distributed by NS Chemist Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Hi, it's me. The one you poke, sip, and hopefully love. I'm your small reminder that growing up doesn't mean growing out of me. Trends come and go, but you still reach for me. I'm not just a drink. I'm that little sip that reminds you life can still be sweet. Calipo fruit juice drink, making sweet memories. This advert is FDA approved.
As the days come and go, there's always shit. Let colleagues explore all the planetary bodies. Our mission is in Uranus to treat hemorrhoids, anal fistula, anal fissure, anal incontinence, hidradenitis suppurativa, using laser ligature for pain-free and speedy recovery. On Uranus Street, Accra, as Main Tuber Hospital and Coloproctology Center. Trust Uranus with us, and we will delight you. Visit Mintuba Hospital today or call us on 0244 581 541.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabadim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
Another week is here on the greatest of all time show. My name is Giovanni Clip, and tonight we're bringing you talent. Contestant number 1, let's bring Baby Girl. Let's bring. You did it for you.
Cut. Oh, there is a leakage.
Where's the plumber? For quality and durability, insist on Syntex pipes.
If you want quality, this be where you belong.
Strong, tough, and reliable. Your perfect match to your trusted Syntex pipe. Syntex pipe, it they carry water, no wahala. Syntex pipe, it they make water they flow. Syntex, and you're strong, and you're tough.
My name is Ochiame Kwan, and Alphabet City says I should tell you about the Easter promo. So this very Easter, Alphabet City is giving out 11% discount on the full price of this beautiful semi-detached 4-bedroom. And they are saying that if you are buying within this month of Easter, because of the grace, they are going to give you free solar panels. And I repeat, free solar panels. The Easter grace is available for all. Secure your home with only 20% deposit of the full price of this beautiful home, and it's going to be yours forever. So call 0240-111-119. Alphabet City, the ABC of Home Sweet Home.
Seeing the Prentex fabric, I like the color, texture. I chose this design. It suits my body type. It means a lot to me to look good in clothes that I wear. I don't care about nobody's opinion.
Maso. Prentex.
We appreciate your company. To other stories now, a former Supreme Court judge, William Atuguba, says he never experienced executive pressure to influence his rulings while on the bench. Although he acknowledges such pressures exist within the judiciary, his comments come after the minority leader cautioned judges to stay out of politics and be guided strictly by the law. Speaking in an interview with my colleague Gemma Apia, retired Justice Atuguba said decisions in such situations often depend on personal traits of the judges involved.
You know, because as I said, if somebody feels that if you want to try this kind of thing with Atuguba, you dare not come. But if you feel that you are okay with somebody, you can try, and it may work. I can't.
Okay.
All those things. Mm-hmm. On the Supreme Court, I cannot remember a judge being under executive pressure like that. Maybe some they have good relations with the executive, and they can tell them, oh, this thing we want to do this way, if they choose to. And that's independent, idiosyncrasy.
You never had, in your years of being on the bench, you never had that pressure from anywhere?
Me? Yes. Me in particular?
Yes, you in particular.
No. Well, I mean, except in indirect ways. Like an important matter, and somebody feels that, oh, this is how the executive wants it to go, we can help. People can take such positions. But that's why I say it's left to the stature of the individual, your cast of mind, your conscience, your religiosity, your home training, a whole lot of things. But as a collective body, I don't know of any instance when the court was under, what I say, direct pressure to decide left or right. No. But I can tell you that there is a sense of indirect, and that's people who choose to.
Away from that, residents along Ghana's vulnerable coastline are raising alarm over what they describe as a deepening crisis following the prolonged delay of the West African Coastline Area Resilience Investment Project. Communities in the Volta and Greater Accra regions say the stalled initiative is pushing them closer to disaster as tidal waves, coastline erosion and flooding continue to threaten lives and livelihoods. Ivy Setoji reports.
Petition issued by Coastal CSO's Forum Sub National Group in the Volta region, specifically Jita, residents describe the suspension of the project since 2025 as a devastating blow to years of hope built around a coordinated regional response to coastal erosion, tidal waves, and flooding. Ghana joined the Waka RCEP 2 program in 2022 with its official launch in August 2024, marking a significant step toward addressing persistent environmental threats facing coastal. That sense of optimism was evident during the 2024 Hugbachocho Festival in Angoga. Some residents have been speaking with JoyNews on the issue.
The way the tidal waves and the road issues, we don't have any other facilities that help us, like hospitals. The small clinics that we have is not enough. The town is growing up and a whole lot of things. So we are pleading with the government to come to our aid.
Uvama as a community has been consumed by the sea already, but we want the government to come and assist so that the other communities that have been producing fish to meet the protein needs of the population are also not destroyed.
The group further warned that Ghana risks isolating itself from a wider West African effort to build coastal resilience as countries like Togo, Benin, Senegal, and the Gambia continue to advance with implementation. According to them, the delay contradicts the very essence of the regional collaboration model underpinning WACA. Ivy Satoji, JoyNews, Jita.
While away from there, let's head now to Tamale, where homes in parts of Tamale are turning into heat traps and changing building styles combined with rising temperatures. Rising temperatures appear to be worsening the situation in communities like Dako. Zinc roof structures without ceilings or ventilation are replacing traditional thatched homes that once kept interiors cool. Isaac Noya has more in today's climate evidence.
Young mothers like Shahadatu Abdullahi are on the front lines. The sun produces so much heat that she does not know where to go. She says, pointing to the heat rashes covering a newborn.
The heat It's so much. You see, even in the night, we can't sleep in this room unless outside. You see, the way I'm sweating. So rashes is there. His legs.
The conditions are so grueling that Shahadatu has decided to avoid future pregnancies during the heat season. Nearby, Amina Seyidu and Khadijat Isahaku share similar stories. Their days are spent huddled under trees for shades, and their nights are spent in open yards, only retreating to their rooms at dawn.
The hot sun has left a lot of rashes on my body and that of my baby. Due to that, she suddenly gets hot and she cries throughout the night. So we are found sitting under trees for fresh air. But I have already sought hospital treatment 3 times for heat-related distress for my baby. The heat from the sun is unbearable, and it makes us move from our rooms with the babies to under this tree until evening when we go in to cook and sleep in the yard. We only go into the rooms at dawn and return to the tree building by day.
Mr. Solomon Atimbury, a climate and health researcher with the University of Public Health at the University of Development Studies, explains that newborn babies face physiological vulnerability because babies have high surface area to body mass ratio.
There's what we call the thermoregulation, the ability to thermoregulate. The baby's body is not developed, the glands that regulate body temperature and what have you, is not well developed to be able to absorb the environmental heat. So the body absorbs environmental heat faster than even adults.
This story is brought to you by JoyNews in partnership with CDKN Ghana, University of Ghana Center for Climate Change and Sustainability Studies, with funding from Claire R4I Opportunities Fund.
For Youth Development and Empowerment, George Opariado, is urging supporters of the National Democratic Congress, especially its youth, to keep internal grievances off social media. He has admonished members to use party structures instead. Mr. Opariado warns that public complaints can undermine party unity and discipline. Emmanuel Ejujemfi reports.
More than 1,200 students and party faithfuls gathered in the Sarfo region for the Teen and Youth Conference. The leadership sought to revitalize its base and celebrate the achievement of the Mahama administration. Minister Opariado is telling members of Teen that airing dirty clothes online only serves to discredit and embarrass the party.
As our intellectual group, we expect you to speak to us when we have problems. We expect you to write to us. This thing is not going well. How do we address it? We can go about it in a very nice way without sounding offensive. And let's not wash our dirty ladies before them.
He urged members of the party to manage their expectations as the president continues to reset the country.
In 1 year, 4 months, with all modesty and in all humility, I believe our reset have reset our economy and has put Ghana back onto the path of prosperity. And it's not done yet, and it's still work in progress. And so if you are having some expectations, and those expectations have not been met, please be patient.
Osman Abdullah Ayariga, the CEO of the National Youth Authority, highlighted key youth-oriented initiatives of the government and entreated the youth of the party to take advantage of them.
You know the low fish price is blessing most of the monies, and some days still have the work and the payment. And that is for young people like you who want to engage in any business to take advantage of the Jumara program.
A Sarfo regional youth organizer of the NDC, Suleimana Masaudu, hailed the Ghanaian voter for imposing trust in John Mahama and the NDC to reset the economy.
This was the greatest victory in the history of the NDC. It was the greatest mandate any government in the history of Ghana will ever receive from the electors of Ghana.
The conference concluded with a call for the youth to act as ambassadors for the government's resetting agenda as they head back to their various campuses. Emmanuel Edujemfi, JoyNews, Goso.
Politics. Let's shift our attention now to health. The Ashanti region recorded a significant drop in malaria-related deaths among children under 5 years, from 3 deaths in 2024 to 1 in 2025. Testing of suspected malaria cases also improved from 96% to 99%. Regional Health Director Dr. Fred Adumaku told attendees at a World Malaria Day commemoration event the region has seen steady progress in malaria control over the past 3 years, despite some lingering challenges.
The Ashanti region in 2025 saw outpatient department malaria cases drop from over 1 million to 970,000. Data from the District Health Information Management Systems shows strong diagnostic performance as severe malaria admissions declined across all age groups. While admission of children among children under 5 years declined from 27,846 in 2023 to 21,343 in 2025, mortality remains averagely low over the period. Dr. Fred Adumaku is the Ashanti Regional Health Director.
For the first time, we possess the tools, scientific advances, and country-led strategies required to eliminate malaria within our lifetime. Now, patients dying of malaria under 1, and this we have to applaud ourselves. For 2023, we had none dying from malaria. For 2024, 1 died from malaria, and 2025, 1 died from malaria. Now, if you look at institutional under 5 malaria case fatality rate, that is those that had malaria and died from it. In 2023, as we stated, it was 0. In 2024, 0.01%, and in 2025, 0.005%.
He wants communities to adopt preventive measures.
Sleep under insecticide-treated net every night to prevent mosquito bites and malaria infection. For partners, husbands, guardians, wives, pregnant women, please, let our pregnant women attend antenatal care early and receive the recommended doses of intermittent preventive treatment for malaria to protect both mother and child.
David Opoko's report, read to you.
You're still watching Joy News Prime. When we return, we'll be back with Showbiz. Stay with us.
Did you know that Ghana's Children's Act Section 91 clearly says,
"No person shall engage a child in exploitative labor."
That means children must not be made to do work that deprives them of the education, health, or development.
Hazardous work
that is not allowed. Working in stone quarries, carrying heavy loads as kayaye, hawking on busy streets in the scorching sun, being used as domestic servants in homes, or diving into dangerous waters to untangle nets, rowing canoes for hours under the hot sun, and working all day without food or rest.
Yet, too many of our children are trafficked from towns and villages across Ghana to the shores of the Volta Lake, trapped in fishing boats, robbed of their childhood, and exposed to danger every single day.
Human trafficking means the recruitment, transportation, harboring, or trading of persons within and across national borders for purposes of exploitation.
I want to go to school, but now I only work.
This is child trafficking.
It is a crime.
It is against the law and it must stop now.
Parents, guardians, community leaders, protect our children.
Report suspicious movement of children and do not give your child away to strangers promising jobs.
Together, let's end child trafficking now.
This message is brought to you by the International Justice Mission with support from the National Commission for Civic Education.
Do you remember Black Friday last year? The crowd, the excitement, the unbelievable deals. CompuGhana went all out and you loved every second of it. Well, guess what? On 1st May, we are doing it again for all cherished workers. The vibe, the discount, the savings. That's why we call it May Day Mega Friday. This May, we celebrate you, the best worker, the hustler, the backbone of Ghana, with discount up to 70% off. Yes, you heard it right. CompuGhana is doing it the CompuGhana way. One day only. Do not think, just shop. All products from phones to laptops, printers, TVs, fridges, air conditioners, and everything you need to upgrade your home and hustle. But it's only on 1st May. One day, if you miss it, it's gone. So, rush to any CompuGhana showroom nationwide this Friday or shop online at CompuGhana.com. You can call us on 0302-752020 or WhatsApp 0243-143-143. See you on May Day Mega Friday.
For the past 15 years, St. Thomas Eye Hospital has been setting the pace in Ghana's eye care landscape. In 2011, we became one of the first hospitals to introduce modern phaco surgeries, commonly called laser cataract surgeries, to Ghana. In 2013, again, we became the first eye hospital to start advanced retina detachment surgeries, macular hole surgeries, and other complex vitreoretinal procedures using the MIVS surgical approach. This year, we have set a new pace in glaucoma care with the launch of our advanced twin-star SLT-YAG combo laser, giving the glaucoma patients enhanced options in managing their conditions. We are a premier ophthalmic group practice with 11 specialist eye surgeons working together and leveraging technology to advance eye care in Ghana. We have 4 branches in Accra, Tema, and Kumasi. You may call us on 024-686-6580 or visit our website at www.stthomaseyehospital.com. St. Thomas Eye Hospital, providing excellence in eye care.
So GG Bras, the foundation, the founding name is God's Gift International Brass Band. My dad started it. He loved music very much. He dedicated his life to train young kids from underserved communities. You can see a band of 3 people. Now, because of technology, you can't even see 2. But you hear everything inside there. But brass band is, you can't do that. It's manpower. You have to be present. And every instrument, you can only play one note at a time.
When you go for shows, let's say the trumpeters, our mics, they can, let's say you have been to a trumpet, they can give us one mic. They don't really respect us like an individual artist playing for something.
We will get there. There's the time that they will tell you, oh wait, oh this, oh go and see the sound engineer. The sound engineer will tell you, oh I don't know you are coming.
Hallelujah. That's the Spirit of God moving in the newsroom. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Praise the Lord, everybody. Good evening, everybody.
Thank you, we're back.
The music at the background, yes. Elder Kwesi Miracle. He was named the ultimate honoree in the notable gospel artist of the year category at the maiden edition of Christian Honors 2026, delivering one of the night's most memorable highlights as the revered music icon made a rare public appearance to personally receive the honor. The recognition celebrated his decade-long of contribution to gospel music and ministry, with his presence adding deep emotional weight to the maiden edition of the event, which seeks to honor outstanding Christian figures across various fields. Congratulations to my father, Elder Kwesi Miracle. You deserve that, and we congratulate you here from everybody here at JoyNews, the multimedia group. You deserve it. Let's move away from that and talk about Nigerian comedian Clint the Drunk. He has expressed gratitude to Ghana for playing a pivotal role in his career. He told Kwame Dazi in an interview on Joy FM's Showbiz A to Z that his comedy career took off significantly when he performed in Ghana.
But one thing is for sure, my career had its major kickoff from Ghana. Wow. And I'll forever be grateful to Ghana for it. I'm not joking.
Why are you saying that?
That's the truth, because when I came to Ghana, that we did that, I did this show. Nobody knew me. But immediately after that show that night, because that was the first mentor.
Yeah. Yes.
The whole Ghana was watching it. A day before, nobody knew me.
Oh.
Everywhere, nothing. It was only they were going to Desmond and Agyeman-Rawlings. But immediately after that, the following day, from the hotel that we were staying, people were snapping pictures with me and Desmond, Elliot, and Agyeman-Rawlings. Both of them now sat and watched me enjoy what they were enjoying. And since that time till now, Ghana has never stopped showing me love. And that is why I love Ghana. And added to that, Banku and Tilapia.
Something about Ghana that everybody loves. You should come to Ghana and experience all the love that we have to give, all the food, the akple and fetridechi, the fufu, and goat's meat light soup, the JoyNews, the myjoyonline.coms, the beautiful people like Fostina, the beautiful people here in the motherland. We love you all. And thank you so much. It's a Monday.
Yes, please, we're going.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.
Hey, Charlie, what number? The malaria really knocked you down, eh?
Hey, Charlie, no joke. Fever, headache, vomiting, loss of appetite. I couldn't even eat my usual fufu.
You and your fufu. But I hope you got tested before the malaria treatment.
Yes, I did. And thanks to Malatu, I kicked out malaria one time.
When malaria strikes, take Malatu, containing artemether and lumefantrine. Comes in tablets and suspension for effective treatment of malaria.
Great to have you back.
Thank you. No problem.
Malatu is suitable for adults and children. Manufactured and distributed by NS Chemists Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Eye bribi kitua bi na yede bo nya ye do ho ban. ahwepa enye dede na emom ene se ebenya bre ahweyie ne enioma kitwa bi a yebeye no yie
Oja ahweye hye asefreme so na hwe me hu ye de biara.
Good Conduct, Great Life is brought to you by
Indomie.
Tastes great.
More Kivo inside. Kivo Gari Soaking Mix. Taste of Ghana.
Turn your home and office design dreams into reality. Here at Lesh Fortune, interior design is our passion. Customized interior design solutions, top of the range products such as curtains and accessories, blinds and accessories, trendy for bespoke hotel, home and office furniture, top-notch space design services.
I'm the CEO of Builders Estates. When it comes to putting the final touch on all my building projects, I look no further than Lesh Fortune for all my interior decoration needs. They bring your ideas to life.
Turning your house into a home. It's more than just a service. You need beauty and elegance. And the expertise is very important. That's why I choose Lesh Fortune Limited, because they have experience.
Yes, indeed. With our many years of experience, we would excite you. So make that call now. Call us on 0244-265588 or 0302-811163. Lesh Fortune Limited.
Lesh Fortune Limited, unleashing luxury with perfection, one space at a time.
Lesh Fortune Limited.
Putting on just the fabric isn't really enough. You have to put on your confidence. I chose this Printex fabric because it symbolizes hope and success because of the color and the texture.
Maso Printex.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Prime Business. I am Pius Kujubaka. Business associations are demanding a load-shedding timetable to help them plan the operations due to the recent power outages. The Minister for Energy and Green Transition, John Jinapor, today announced a significant milestone in the recovery of the national power grid, confirming that 2 major generating units at Akosombo Hydropower are now back in operation following a devastating substation fire. Now, speaking to Joy Business, the Chief Executive of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mark Bedua-Boaji, appealed to the sector minister to publish a timetable to help businesses plan.
To a difficult situation, but I would have preferred, or the business community would have preferred, that looking at what is going on, if the Ministry of Energy and ECG, if they are aware, that's going to take at least additional 2 weeks, then I will ask for a timetable. There's nothing wrong giving us a timetable that within these days, this time and this period, your light will go off. So if you're a business person, then you can prepare and look for alternative. You don't have to play politics with this. Timetable guides you on when the light will go off and what you have to do. And for me, there's nothing wrong with that. But if we continue to just the way we are doing unannounced and it goes off, it comes sometimes within a day you can have about 3 or 4 outages, and it's spoiling and destroying a lot of machines.
All right. Now, the Group Chief Executive Officer of the Bank of Africa BMC Group, Amin Wabid, has announced plans by the bank to scale up support for small and medium-sized enterprises as part of efforts to boost job creation across its markets. He made the remarks at a cocktail reception held in his honor during an official visit to Ghana, where he engaged with key stakeholders, including clients, partners, and senior management of the bank.
The event brought together stakeholders, partners, and senior management of Bank of Africa Ghana, providing an opportunity to strengthen relationships and discuss strategies to drive business growth.
SMEs is for us is the future of the country, because this is a big recruiter and it creates employment, and we know how much we suffer here in terms of unemployment in this country. So definitely we need to play the game and to go to SMEs to help this country develop the factories, the manufacturing industry, and not rely on import for basic goods.
Managing Director of Bank of Africa Ghana reinforced the bank's commitment at the local level, noting that the Ghana subsidiary will diversify its investment portfolio while expanding support for businesses and key industries.
We want
It's a new era in the story of Bank of Africa Ghana. We want to develop the bank strongly and to be a strong actor in the economic landscape of Ghana. We are focusing on the SME market. We are supporting SMEs. We have dedicated product for the retail market also, and also we have a large footprint on the corporate activities. We have also a lot of products on digitals, and we are doing our best to give the right product and the right service to each segment of customers in Ghana.
Also speaking at the event was Head of Marketing and Corporate Communications, Leila Pinto, who highlighted the importance of collaboration in achieving the bank's objectives.
You know, we've been in business, we've been in Ghana for over 40 years, and we have supported SMEs across. Now we even have the enhanced SME support facility, and then we have the Women's Bank desk. So we do everything that is SME from micro. In fact, we are the only bank, if I should say so, that has actually segmented our arrows to have SME arrows that are specific for micro and medium enterprises. Most banks would have just one arrow, but we have segregated our arrows, segregated all our businesses across various SME levels.
The renewed push by Bank of Africa BMC Group underscores its broader strategy to promote inclusive growth, strengthen private sector development, and contribute to sustainable job creation across Africa.
Access Bank is positioning its new Access You platform as a lifestyle-driven banking proposition for Ghana's youth market. Speaking at the launch of the Access You platform, Head of Retail Products and Marketing says the initiative, developed in partnership with MasterCard, is designed to support how young people earn, spend, and manage money.
Access Bank says the Access EU platform has been designed to respond to changing income patterns among young people, including students, entrepreneurs, creatives, and young professionals. Speaking at the launch, Head of Retail Product and Marketing, Oluwaseun David Akindele, explains that the platform goes beyond traditional banking by offering tailored products and lifestyle benefits through its partnership with MasterCard.
Access is basically our youth banking proposition. Offers tailor-made and lifestyle offerings for our youth banking segment. Why now is because these youths, they are earning differently. They are reshaping what employment even looks like. They are reshaping how money is being made and how money is being spent. So we are launching today so that we can give the banking services and products to suit their lifestyle. Basically, can't run the race alone. So we've partnered with a very global brand who drives global spending options, which is MasterCard. So what is different about this is that we've tailor-made or even created propositions or value offerings to the generations we are talking about, and we've also seen them in a layer. Right, we have the click, who are the early savers, the children 0 to 17, and we also have the youth in the university, and we also have youth who are equally entrepreneurs or very new in the workforce environment in Ghana. So we are tailoring banking basically to them, and we are going with the likes of MasterCard to ensure that we give them what can be a good offering to support their lifestyle. Most importantly, how they spend, how they live, and how they earn.
For young creatives and influencers, the platform is expected to improve payment tracking and reduce delays in receiving income from digital work. Influencer Isidu Men says easier transactions and faster access to funds will support creatives who depend on online platforms and brand partnerships for revenue.
With Access You, it makes my work very easy in terms of transaction. If I need to make any transaction, if I need to receive any payments, I know with Access You, I'll be able to track any payment that comes in. I'll be able to get it easy, and instead of me going through the long process, I'm able to get it faster for me to have seamless transactions. Yeah. So with maybe the work we do, instead of us receiving payments after work done, it takes time. So before the work comes, maybe by that time, that plans not sakakra. So with that, it's a major challenge. So I would like that whenever we work, the money comes early, so that we also have needs, personal needs that we need to settle and order.
Access Bank says it will continue engaging young people through financial literacy, digital tools, and community conversations to support their evolving financial needs.
Away from the banking sector, the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority says it is exploring all avenues to ensure the completion of the Bonkra Integrated Logistics Terminal in the Ashanti region. The project has progressed by only 6% instead of the estimated 20% projected for April 2026 due to financial constraints. Board Chairman of GPHA, Johnson Nkitia, reveals that government sources and private partnerships are being explored to finance the project. Anaya Ojima toured the Bonkra Integrated Logistics Terminal and has this report.
Presently, the terminal area of the logistics terminal is 98% complete, with freight station, mechanical workshop, and bonded warehouse at an advanced stage of completion. Some road networks within the terminal have also been completed. Dr. J.B. Cranton York of Vision Consults, consultant for the project, explains.
And because there's funding constraints, the contractor is not doing his full, working at his full capacity, which we think is also a problem.
The project contractor, Justimo Construction, has equipment and staff on the ground to execute the project. Notwithstanding, the work is progressing at a slow pace due to low financing. Contractor Justice Amo explained.
We as a contractors have exhausted all our lines of credit, and it's very, very tough for us looking at the size of the project, even to keep supporting staff or skeletal staff here is so costly.
Though the project is under the Ghana Shippers Authority, the Ghana Port and Harbour Authority has been a major financier. In recent times, some potential investors for the project visited the site to inspect the work done to help inform their decision. Johnson Nkitia is board chairman.
We have heard about the challenges, and so the key constraint is funding. That is what we have to go and work around it. When you don't have guaranteed funding, it will be absurd if you begin talking about timelines. But my commitment and the commitment of, I believe, the team here is that we must get the place operationalized even yesterday. And so we are going back with that commitment.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Shippers Authority has expressed satisfaction with the rate of work done, but believes more could be done. Professor Ransford Jampo is CEO.
Every time we come in here, we see some slight progress going on. Though I know that if we have the funding, we'll see more progress. But we see little by little progress. But we are not happy with the slow pace of progress. And so we are still looking for funding.
For JoyNews, Nanaya Ojima, Kumasi.
Country managing partner at Ernst & Young, Agyeman-Rawlings, has urged government to make digital infrastructure and digital skills central to its research agenda. He believes this approach has the potential to create jobs and enhance productivity. He made these remarks at the launch of the 10th Ghana CEO Summit.
Research at EY shows that up to 64% of public leaders see AI as a major source of cost savings, while 63% report improvement in service delivery with tangible efficiency and productivity gains across healthcare, finance, and logistics. For Ghana, the potential is enormous, but it requires focus. According to the World Bank Digital Economic Diagnostic Report, digital adoption could increase GDP by up to 2% annually. A case in point is the GRA e-tax platform, which is already showing signs of improved revenue collection and reduced leakages in the public sector. But there's a critical point. Technology is only transformational when it is inclusive. This means expanding affordable broadband, investing in skills and digital literacy, and supporting cybersecurity and trade frameworks. Without trust, adoption stalls, and without adoption, productivity gains remain theoretical. Therefore, our call is clear. Let's make digital infrastructure and digital skills central to our transformation agenda so that technologies become a job creator, a productivity enhancer, and a competitive advantage.
Thanks so much for watching Prime Business for today. I am Pius Kojo Baka. We have Prime Sports for you with Daniel Krating.
The sea is coming closer.
The sea was far from us. It's not this near like the way it is now.
We are losing land.
There were them one of the meetings that didn't green.
Inosu, Teshi, La, Labadi, Nungwa, homes are disappearing, walls collapsing, families displaced, history wiped away.
Not just Christian Doncaster, but several areas along the coast are vulnerable.
Rising tides, relentless erosion, a coastline under siege.
The government needs to come and help as far as the sea defense is concerned.
When the sea comes home, a JoyNews feature series.
But then a platform. Motivates every.
Hello, welcome to Prime Sports with me, Daniel Kranti, and Ghana's under-17 coach Prosper Nate Ogum has expressed strong confidence ahead of the Black Starlets' return to the 2026 under-17 Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. Ghana have been drawn in a competitive Group D alongside Senegal, Algeria, and South Africa, setting up challenging path in their first appearance at the tournament in nearly a decade. Despite the tough opposition, Ogum believes his side has the quality to compete and make a strong impression.
They come with a lot of physicality, a lot of technique. They play within a structure, very athletic, and they can punish you on any good day. If you look at South Africa, they also come with some physicality. They are also technically good. They play a lot of quick, fast counter-attack football. That is if you stay very high. Algeria, we all know, are a very technical side. They are not that physical, but then technically they are good. Tactically, they know what they are doing. They play a lot from the wide areas. Wing play, they try to tease you in and then send the ball wide and then bring in the crosses. So if you look at these three teams, they all have some characteristics that are unique to them and to their game model. All that we have to do is to look at the fine details of their tactical structure and then make sure that we are able to adapt to it very well. Make sure that we prevent them from using their strong weapons within their tactical structure to punish us, whilst at the same time we look at their weaknesses and also take advantage and then punish them.
I know certainly you'll be working together with your video analysts to get videos of these, countries, watch them, get to know how they build up, how they transition and all those things. But before you do that, let me find out, were you expecting to meet these countries in the draw? Because obviously going into a draw, everybody may have something at the back of his mind that I would want to meet A or B. Were you expecting to meet Senegal, Algeria, and South Africa?
Not at all. I mean, we never knew which country we were likely to meet. But the interesting and strangely, I always use South Africa as an example at training. So when the draw was done and then South Africa was in our group, the backroom staff, the players, they were all saying, Coach, you've been mentioning South Africa, and then we are in their group. So we actually didn't expect to meet these teams, but then irrespective of that, or nevertheless, we are ready for them.
Now, President of the Ghana Football Association, GRIDCo, has confirmed that Ghana will host the 2027 Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations. The announcement was made on Sunday via a post on his official Facebook page. Ghana will be hosting the tournament for the first time in nearly 3 decades, having last staged the competition, then known as the African Youth Championship, back in 1999. On that occasion, the Black Satellites reached the final but finished as runners-up to Nigeria. Since then, Ghana has remained a strong force in the competition, most recently winning their 4th title back in 2021. However, the country has not had the opportunity to host the tournament again until now. The confirmation marks a significant milestone for Ghana football, as preparations are expected to begin towards staging a successful continental tournament in 2027. Now, Ashanti Gold 04 have secured promotion to the 2026-27 Ghana Premier League season after commanding 4-1 victory over Sky FC, sealing a top spot in the Division 1 Zone 2. With 3 matches to spare, formerly known as Bekwai Heroes, the club often mistaken for Ashanti Gold Sporting Club. However, the Ghana Football Association has clarified that the two are separate entities. Here's my colleague Victor Achutamaklo with a breakdown of the differences between the two sides.
Let's go. So Ashanti Gold are back in the Ghana Premier League. Not the one that you know, because the one that you know, the one that won 4 league titles, won the FA Cup in '93, with the CAF Champions League final in 1997. That Goldfields, or later Ashanti Gold, has gone bust, because back in 2021-2022 season, they were found guilty of match manipulation by the Ghana Football Association. They beat Interlice by 7-1. You may have seen the videos, and the manner of that win is what provoked an investigation. Long story short, they were found guilty of match manipulation, demoted 2 divisions down into Division 3 or Division 2, which is the 3rd division of Ghana football, and they didn't take that decision lightly, so they decided to challenge it in court for 2 reasons. First, Gold contended that the Ghana Football Association did not give them a fair hearing to properly defend themselves. They also argued that there were two things missing from the prosecution's case in that investigation, which is the match commissioner's reports and the match referee's reports. Ash Gold said at the time that the effort did not involve these two documents in its investigations. Now, when the matter went to court, the court ruled against the team. The court ruled against Ash Gold because it held that contrary to what Ash Gold were saying, they were not able to establish that the GFA did not give them a fair hearing. The court also ruled in favor of the GFA by stating that Ash Gold was not able to establish a direct relationship between the absence of the match commissioner and the match referee's reports and its correlation to the findings that the GFA made enough to discredit it. So basically, Ash Gold did not have a case, and so they lost it. The next attempt they made to remain in the Ghana Premier League or to overturn that decision was to go and beg at Congress. And so in the 2024 GFA Congress, and I think in 2025 as well, you saw members or supporters of Ashanti Gold showing up and pleading that the members of Congress have mercy on Ashanti Gold. It did not work. Now, in the same year, we saw Essence Energy, the holding company and owners of the Division 1 League side, Bekwai Heroes, decide to rebrand. After that rebranding, they also offloaded some of the shares. The owner of the company and the current president of the club is Eric Opon-Agyeman. He decided to offload some of the shares and hand them over to the Obuasi Municipal Assembly in a move that controversially had Ash Gold's former owners, founders and funders, Anglo Gold Ashanti, Ashanti Gold Mining. That entity was part of this move in offloading some of the shares to the community. I'll come back to them because they are important to this story. But basically, that is what happened. So they rebranded and chose the name FC Ashanti Gold 04. No longer Bekwai Heroes, but FC Ashanti Gold 04. They chose a logo that is very similar to the one that you know of Ashanti Gold FC. So the elephant with the football. The colors are the same gold colors, and the name Ashanti Gold, except sandwiched between FC and 04. What did the old ownership of Ashanti Gold FC do? They took this matter to court because they claimed that the previous Bekwai Heroes were stealing the image, the emblem, and all of the elements that identify Ashanti Gold Sporting Club. Unfortunately for them, they lost that court case. A year on, the new club, FC Ashanti Gold FC, hired Karim Zito. I think this was back in February, and they have been able to secure Premier League status for the first time in the history of the club. So next season, we're going to have Ashanti Gold in the Ghana Premier League, but without the history and without Ashanti Gold FC. But FC Ashanti Gold 04, and still owned by the community, minority owned by the community, with interest from Anglo Gold Ashanti Mining Company or Ashanti Gold Mining Company, who are the first sponsors of the new entity, that is FC Ashanti Gold 04.
And that's all for Prime Sports with me, Daniel Cranting. Thanks for your time.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Spot Furniture, where we turn your dreams into reality with our exquisite furniture. My name is Ohima Champuma. Let's get started. These section of sofas are one of our best sellers. They are perfect for family gatherings and a cozy movie night. Here in our dining room section, you will find everything you need to host those unforgettable dinner parties. Hello. For those of you who love to work from home or just love a beautifully organized home office space, we have impressive home office furniture just for you. Now, let's explore our bedroom furniture. Take a look at these sets, best of its kind, and it's available in various sizes and finishes to match your decor. That concludes the tour of our showroom. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Visit us soon or log on to our website.
Hey, what's up?
Life. It's moving so fast. Yesterday I was in class 4. Today I'm almost in JHS. My shoes don't fit me anymore. My voice is deeper. I was watching cartoons, but now they say I'm too old for that.
The more things change, the more they'll stay the same. I still love you the same.
Come accept that.
In a world that keeps changing, Calipo still keeps making sweet memories.
I still love it.
But I told you to have a sip not to finish it.
Calipo fruit juice drink, making sweet memories. This advert is FDA approved.
At the Emergency Operations Center in Pantan, scores of disease control officers keenly monitor screens displaying data on infectious diseases recorded across the various regions. With surveillance systems and protocols in place, Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Samuel Kaba, believes the country is well positioned to deal with emerging infectious diseases.
From today, we need to tighten our belts towards that. As I said, you guys have to read more about the disease so that you don't miss.
But preparedness is not just a statement. In many community and district hospitals, when an infectious disease breaks out, there is nowhere designated to manage the case.
The current practice is that when somebody comes with such a disease, let's say, for instance, tuberculosis, we have a very small room that we put the patient in. And there are times where you have to put another infectious disease patient in the same room, putting that other patient at risk of acquiring the tuberculosis.
But in the districts where these infectious disease centers are needed, contractors have abandoned work, while in other areas where the projects have been completed, the medical equipment required to make them functional has yet to be installed.
The original plan was a 30-bed capacity hospital that was supposed to be fully functional. What I mean by fully functional is that it has everything that it requires a laboratory unit, X-ray unit, has beds, admitting facilities, anything. And it was supposed to be ready anytime there's an infectious disease outbreak that we needed to do mass admissions and critical care. Unfortunately, the project started really well, but over the years, the contractors have left the site.
Imagine treating tuberculosis, COVID-19, and Mpox patients in the same ward. Different infections, same air, same risk. That's the reality at the Nalerigu's Baptist Medical Center in the Northeast region. When the first suspected Mpox case arrived in Nalerigu last year, there was no specialized infectious disease center waiting. According to the medical director at Baptist Medical Center, Dr. Isabella Amisi, the facility had to rely on makeshift single yard.
We had to create makeshift rooms to house these people, because if you put them in the general population, you are just going to spread the disease to all the patients on the ward you put them in. So an infectious disease center is usually a specialized unit that can contain the diseases, filter the air in the rooms, and allow the patients to heal and recover without posing a great risk to others. So this is very significant because you are limiting the spread, limiting it through the mode of spread, especially usually the airborne diseases. And then there are also special precautions in these wards to help limit other forms of spread, like contact, spread, and all that. So an infectious disease center is one of the ways in which we can prevent public health crisis. So it's very important in any setting. And given that Baptist Medical Center is a big hospital, the risk is more evident if you put even one person in a ward that takes care of 40 patients at a time. So it's very important to have the center built and as quickly as possible, because we don't know when the next pandemic or epidemic will happen. Recently, we had monkeypox. We had to find a place to put them. We could have kept them in such a ward.
This single room was once meant for tuberculosis alone, but over time, when infectious disease patterns changed, the space did not. Dr. Amisi again.
So when the hospital was established, TB was very predominant. So there was a small isolation unit that was built. It houses just about 4 on the TB side at a time, 4 to 8 patients at a time. So that is where we normally put our patients, but it's not differentiated into more units. They are not individualized rooms. So that means if whatever infectious disease comes, are you going to put them all in the same room? So risking all their lives to exposure of, you came with one disease, maybe I came with meningitis, and then I'm lying close to somebody with TB without the systems that filters the air. I may get the person's TB, but I can also be kept in the general ward because I pose a risk to other patients on the general ward. So that we are still managing with that small isolation center, but we have outgrown the center.
In this documentary, Criminality explores why some infectious disease centers have been abandoned, the national framework for citing these facilities, and the standard protocol for managing infectious diseases within a single yard. I have come to meet Dr. Franklin Esiedi-Bequin, a public health physician with long-standing experience in disease surveillance, outbreak preparedness, and response. He believes that managing infectious diseases does not depend solely on the space where a patient is treated. According to him, the standard protocol rests on whether the cases can be properly managed there or require isolation.
No, so first and foremost, you need to be able to ascertain the kind of condition you are managing, and then also whether you have the required human resource to manage it. So, let's say if you have a disease condition, first you need to confirm it and make a determination. After that, you also need to ask yourself, do you have the human resource to manage that case? Then two, do you have the required setup in terms of equipment, in terms of management of the case itself. So let's say if you have such a case in a location and you do not have that, the next point of call is that you need to find a way of referral. And clearly now we have our transport by way of ambulances are quite improved in terms of numbers, so we need to refer. So for highly infectious disease conditions, that's where we need to manage them in infectious disease centers. And the prominent one is the one at GRIDCo. So if you have such a situation, first and foremost, you isolate. You isolate and make a determination whether the case can be managed there or you to refer. So basically, that's the principle in managing infectious disease conditions.
I know this does not fall under your domain, but in an instance whereby, let's say, a facility at a community level has 3 different infectious diseases, let's say tuberculosis, cholera, and let's say mpox, and they only have 1 ward for managing infectious disease, how should it go, or what should be the standard protocol in this picture?
No, the principle does not change. It's about isolating them. You see, you know, there's some instances that we put up tents. Because the idea is that you don't want the infectious patient to contaminate others. So first you isolate, and then as I say, make a determination what to do. Are you going to refer, or you try and make a makeshift site to manage the case? So that should be the principle. You don't want to mix that pathogen with the general ward. So that should be the principle. And then you decide that I'll manage. Let's say if you have Ebola.
At the Eastern Regional Hospital, the holding bay for infectious diseases is an improvised space created during the COVID-19 period. The hospital's management collapsed several units to create the facility, which has an 11-bed capacity. The medical doctor, Akufo-Addo, says it was designed to meet changing trends in disease management.
These emerging diseases, when we have severe cases, be it from the district or we find them out de novo in our facility, we would hold them in the infectious disease center, which we call the medical annex. That is the name we have given to that one. Post-COVID, management has maintained that ward for that purpose. And a few times where we need to seclude patients because of some known diseases which we think may be infectious. For example, a pulmonary tuberculosis where patient is actively coughing, we do transfer to hold them in that area. But there again, this area has reduced the bed capacity for the hospital because it's not actively used for the purpose for which it was intended. I mean, this is a carved out area, but because we understand that these emerging diseases are now becoming rampant and facilities lower than the regional hospital in the district would depend on our expertise for management. We have decided to dedicate those wards for the management of such cases.
For disease control officers managing different infectious diseases in this makeshift structure, it has become a dilemma. Esther Avoka is the disease control officer.
It's very challenging having just a ward that is serving as a makeshift for infectious diseases. We have various forms of infectious diseases. You cannot mix TB cases with people who are coming in and are being diagnosed with mpox, or cases that may come in whether dengue fever and other infectious diseases. The transmission differs, okay? So we need to have a space, and even the place is not conducive enough. If you see the airflow of this area, it's not so conducive and where it is located. So it is challenging. Moving cases, some out and some in, it defeats the purpose of infection prevention.
So if you have, let's say, 3 different infectious diseases, then what happens?
It means you have to prioritize. All right. You look at the one that is more infectious. So if you are looking at Ebola and you are looking at TB, you prefer to move TB to the ward, which is an airborne condition, and then maybe with nose marks, it is not droplets, it is airborne, it's droplet nuclei. So the infection of TB is less dangerous than if it is a case of Ebola.
The risk of cross-infection to patients and health workers increases significantly. Mrs. Avoka again.
It does, but once you don't have the resources, you have to manage with the little that you have. So currently we are constrained with space, and that's the best that we can do.
This became evident when the region recorded its early cases of Mpox. Jennifer Ano Entry is disease control and surveillance officer in the Eastern region. She shares insights on how it was managed.
The person didn't have any history of traveling or any history of, let's say, traveling elsewhere, or he has not traveled even 1 month prior to the onset of the symptoms. So we actually couldn't point out to where the infection was contacted, or we couldn't have traced it. But because he didn't have any travel history, he didn't have history of coming into contact with anyone with similar signs or symptoms.
Can you describe the condition in which your team found this patient?
Okay, so on arrival, we realized the patient was having there was fever, and there were also rashes which were vesicular in nature. When I say vesicular, it means rashes which were in the form of bumps with fluid-filled rash. Yes. And with all over the skin, from the face down to it was scattered all over the body.
Last September, according to dashboard on the command center set up by the Ghana Health Service to monitor infectious diseases, there were 547 epidemic-prone diseases from all 261 districts. Influenza-like illness and severe acute respiratory infections were the most reported cases, closely followed by Mpox and COVID-19. As of the 18th of January 2026, the country had recorded 12 new cases, bringing the total confirmed cases of Mpox to 980.
Since the outbreak began in May 2025, the Ministry of Health, through the Ghana Health Service and with partner support, has activated a coordinated multi-sectorial response aimed at interrupting transmission and protecting public health. For clarity, while 880 cases had been confirmed as at 25th November 2025, the situation update as at 3rd March 2026 is that Ghana has recorded 1,038 confirmed cases and 8 deaths, largely among persons with underlying health conditions. 124 districts across all regions, representing 47.51%, have reported confirmed cases.
But while Nalerigu is yet to record its first case of Mpox, a 15 million Ghana cedis infectious disease treatment center, conceived at the height of COVID-19, has been abandoned. In 2020, the government awarded Macrostructures Limited the contract, 4.5 million cedis. 30% of the total sum was paid upfront. 6 years later, only 10% of the work has been done. When JoyNews visited, the project was still at the foundation level, with no contractor present. The site had been overtaken by overgrown weeds and stagnant water. Dr. Isabella believes such an infectious disease center would have become a game changer in healthcare delivery, as the current facility has outlived its usefulness.
We more or less represent the region when it comes to all of these infectious diseases. So most people come to us for their care, and we can't keep putting them at risk like that. It's very appropriate to find better ways to manage our infectious disease patients. This is not ideal, if I would say.
Assembly member for Zari Fon electoral area, Bukari Fuseni, said they became anxious given the resurgence of other infectious diseases in parts of the country.
People of this community, we are afraid that if in case we have something like that in our jurisdiction, where are we going to send the person to? So we expect that the government should look for the contractor who the contract was awarded to come back to site to continue, so that as and when something of that nature occurs, we can have a place to refer the person to.
Director of Public Health at Ghana Health Service, Dr. Franklin Esiedu-Bakwin, explained the national policy on siting of infectious disease centers across the country.
Basically, you need to look at this is the risk of having a condition in a location, and also look at available resources that exist. So for Ghana, we have, I would say, 3 ecological zones. You have the northern zones, the middle, and the coastal. The north is more of the Sahel or the Savannah, and it has its unique kind of disease conditions, like meningitis. That is more unique at the northern part of the country. It also has characteristic climate. They have the forest. You understand? They see the Ashanti, part of the Easties, and part of the Bono. Those are the forested regions. They have the coastal, which is where we have the seashore, which is common with more cholera. So in making an intervention, we need to see what disease patterns are you likely to have.
The Auditor General, in a special report on COVID-19 expenditure between March 2020 and 2022, stated that several efforts by the Ministry of Health to get the contractor to return to the site have proved fruitless. The report recommended that the Chief Director of the Ministry of Health recover the mobilization amount, terminate the contract, and re-award it. Failure to do so would require the director to refund the amount. Efforts to get the Ministry of Health to comment on the matter have proved futile. However, in an RTI request filed by JoyNews, the Auditor General indicated that it has not surcharged the Chief Director. When the news team spoke with the contractor, Yao Dankwa, he blamed delays in payment for their inability to complete the project. He revealed the project has been terminated. Nalerigu is not alone. A 30-bed infectious disease center that was conceived during COVID as part of a national response in the Western region has been abandoned. A public health doctor at the Fiankwanta Hospital, Maxwell Apia, said his team currently operates a 16-bed facility. When it becomes necessary, they resort to erecting tents outside to contain the situation.
And if we are able to complete it, it's going to help us immediately. It's going to increase our capacity to be able to admit more. Currently, our bed size is 16, and on a normal day, we have infectious disease patients, mainly tuberculosis patients, who are on admission in our facilities. And so, if we get an outbreak that needs more patients, often would have to create spaces out of other places. But when we get a 30-bed hospital, it's certainly going to help us to be able to manage them more effectively.
But infrastructure is only one problem. The facility that used to boast of several health practitioners now has one permanent doctor and 5 nurses. Dr. Maxwell Apia again.
For some time now, the ministry has not been recruiting as many doctors, nurses, and other health professionals as we wanted. And unfortunately, especially during 2023, 2024, a number of healthcare workers left Ghana. Many nurses, doctors, and others left for greener pastures outside. And as always, some will retire and all that. But unfortunately, the service has not been able to recruit enough people to replace those that we lost through these situations, and therefore there's a huge human resource gap. We currently do not have as many nurses as we require. We do not have as many doctors as we require. And then our lab, for some time now, the lab units, they are not even recruiting lab staff. And all these things has led to significant shortages in human resource. And therefore, we are not able to attend to the patients the way we would have wanted to. That's the big challenge.
So let's look at how many you've lost and how many are currently serving at the Infectious Disease Center.
Currently, I'm the only permanent doctor here. That's the first thing. And then for my nurses, I remember 2023, 2024 was a very bad year for us. Bad year in the sense that starting from October 2023, every month a nurse left to go outside. So from October, the first one went to Canada. November, the next one went to Canada. December, the next one went to the US. January, the next one, just like that.
The stalled 30-bed Infectious Disease Center is already having telling effects on healthcare in the Western region. In a study conducted by researchers, Vetanen and others on patients with infectious diseases, overcrowding and health in hospital staff in Finnish, they found out that overcrowded wards contributed to high prevalence of infectious disease among patients. This tends to have adverse effects on the health of hospital workers. For patients, it means delays in accessing services for their family. Alhaji Al-Hassan, a relative of one of the patients receiving care at the facility, said they spent long hours waiting for lab results before doctors proceed with treatment.
I think we send it there for renewable, and at the same time they give us some numbers and then lab tests to go and do the tests.
How long did it take for you to do the labs?
Oh, actually it took about, when they refer you to a field contact, there's a pressure over there. It will take you about 2-3 hours.
In Goso, in the Ahafo region, the Infectious Disease Center stands almost finished. But almost is not enough during an outbreak. When JoyNews visited the holding center there, it wasn't functional. Sensor control panels have not been installed. Hospital authorities say the Team X-ray machine, deep freezer, and stove are yet to be supplied. In Zebila, in the Upper East region, the center is completed, but without ventilators or X-ray machines. Medical superintendent at the Zebila Government Hospital, Ayubi Abdul Rahman, said infectious diseases facility has been repurposed to take care of more pressing needs of the hospital.
Since taking over, we've put it to use. Once at the time it was handed over, of course, we were not having any issues of any an infectious disease outbreak, and so the facility obviously cannot be left unused, and so we've put it to good use. We have the neonatal intensive care unit that is occupying a part of the facility. We also have the pediatric unit also using some sections of the facility, and of course we've reserved some areas in the event that we have cases that we need to isolate, and so that's the current situation.
In December 2025, Ethiopia recorded its first ever outbreak of Marburg virus. Though the country has declared an end to the epidemic, the signal that emerging infectious diseases has no boundaries is clear. As Ghana struggles with unfinished centers, however, Director General of Ghana Health Service, Dr. Samuel Kaba Akoreya, insists the country is ready.
It took one case of Ebola, and the entire West Africa was shut down. Many people were COVID. Many people were affected. The entire world went into crisis. And so don't say it's only one case that you might be detecting. It matters a lot. That one case is what is going to shut us down. That one case is what is going to kill you.
The country has emergency operations centers set up at Pantan and Korle-Bu teaching hospitals. A case management team stands by and is activated when necessary to ensure the country does not engage in firefighting in the event of an outbreak. Irrespective of how the picture unfolds, Ghana sits at crossroads of emerging infectious diseases, with bricks, equipment undelivered, and critical infectious disease centers abandoned.
The sea is coming closer.
The sea was far from us. It's not this near like the way it is now.
We are losing land.
There were them one, I mean, the meetings are then you green.
Inosu, Teshi, La, Labadi, Nungwa, homes are disappearing, walls collapsing, families displaced, history wiped away.
Not just Christian Boncaster, but several areas along the coast are vulnerable.
Rising tides, relentless erosion, a coastline